I think I have very bad news. So the fact that I can have this music is bad news. Oh, there's no way. I think we may have lost all of our settings. Which is gonna make me really upset if it happened. I know I'm saying if. I'm almost positive we lost all our settings. But how? This fucking computer, man. I wish I knew what it was, like, individually. Wish I knew why and what. It's such a weird thing because I actually closed the game properly before the computer crashed, but it couldn't save it because it was out of memory. Yeah. That is such an annoying thing. That is such a frustrating thing to have happen. It just fried all my settings. Yeah, let's see. This is my retail stuff copied across. We're gonna see if it can. Oh, it set up my add-ons. Let's watch another game. It's weird to reset all that stuff. I mean, I guess some stuff doesn't copy back across from live nicely. Frustrating thing though. Computer just decides to explode. I mean, I know it's doing it, I just don't know how to fix it when it starts. It like starts dumping all of the, so I have like, you have like no, you have memory on your hard disk, right? That's like your virtual memory. My computer freaks out and just starts dumping tons of stuff into the virtual memory, and it fills up really quickly. Like 200, I set it to be like a quarter of my hard drive is all virtual memory. It's probably ruining my hard drive because you aren't supposed to do that in solid state drives. They're not supposed to have a ton of stuff like stored on them temporarily. But it just starts dumping into that, and then I can see things start to crash. Like my browser starts crashing, and then my other WoW starts crashing, and then eventually it says fuck you and turns off. My Frost experience haven't seemed to work well. Haven't they? I think they have actually. I haven't had I've only played 3 lobbies, right? Yeah, no, they've gone fine. I had 2 healer lobbies, I think, where one healer went 1-5 and one healer went, or one healer went 5. It was Mare went 5-1, and then the last one was a healer that went 0-6. So I don't think there's much like the last lobby, and I'm not talking shit here at all, but it wasn't like the one healer was doing drastically more. No way around. Oh no, I'm just trying it out. I mean, Frosty seems a lot better than I thought it would be. I played a single lobby last night into a Frost Death Knight, and the Frost Death Knight went 0-6 and kind of felt like they weren't doing much damage, and that's people getting used to the patch and stuff too. From what I can see, Reaper's Mark still hits fairly hard. Now, I will say this. In its current state, it's a reasonable response to it, but the thing is, obviously the big issue is that the people are gonna make weak cores for it. I think weak cores defeat it pretty well. You know, trying a build that doesn't even play it. I'm playing 3 Rune Forges right now, is what I'm trying out. But the last lobby wasn't a very good, wasn't a very high quality lobby, unfortunately. Forces DH. I think I should wait. I'm gonna wait, I think. I feel like I can get a Frost lobby. Try 30 second Reapers. And 1 minute pillar. I have not played 1 minute pillar. I don't know why I'd want to take away flexibility. I'm definitely taking Wither, but Wither isn't a choice there, right? Oh, you're saying playing Dark Talons? With like the proc on Reaper is just too OP. So reproc is why you have the ability to kill stuff outside of your go, and that's why 45 second go is good too. It doesn't. If you're playing around Painful Death and you're trying to keep proccing like new ones, it's just too strong. I don't see a universe where you could ever not play that. Wither's also just too strong. Well, even I'm not even convinced Frostweed is nerfs. Okay, it's weird. One thing I want to see if I can do, and I have not successfully done yet, is see if you can have 2 Reaper's Marks at one time. Does it say? With this double damn, yeah. First round live seems pretty good. Feels like it's hard to proc on dummies because they're not hostile. It happens, but it seems way less frequent for whatever reason. They nerfed it by like, I mean, that's not how it works. It would obviously they nerfed it by like half. But I don't think it even is nerfed. It doesn't feel like it's nerfed at all. Reaper's Mark still is pretty hard too. Yeah, but here's the thing with Reaper's Mark. When Reaper's Mark hits, you get to press a button at the same time. Locks can't like press multiple Chaos Bolts at the same time that all hit at the same time, right? The moment that Reaper's Mark goes off, you also get to use an Obliterate that procs a Exterminate. Like, it's not like it's a global. You press the global 15 or 12 seconds before it goes off. How did an instance after a bolt? kind of, but not like you can. You hit pretty, I mean, you hit pretty fucking hard, man. I don't know.
I used to work here in the factory. All the Indigos did. The hybrids said we would be released after the third new millennium. Then Genesis 7 collapsed. 5,000 years later, after the humans destroyed each other. They lied. They lied to all of us.
Yes, you can double proc. See what I'm trying to do though? By waiting out one thing, you can like cascade it a ton. That was... I don't know. It's an interesting spec. There's definitely potential though. If you get lucky, you can cascade really, really hard. But I think my chance to proc on these is lower.
Calling all System 13s. Welcome to Junction 7. The factory is now open. You will work here until your reactors expire. If you do not obey, you will be captured. Dismantled.
Why does it matter? Does it hit twice or something?
Please stand by for further announcements. And
Does 10 stacks per spender?
to Junction 7.
Why? Isn't that already how it works? Why does it work differently? Because of the Shadow and Frost at the same time?
Still taste the sweetness of your lips, the way you lick my fingertips, while I blow your cigarette. Oh, it's just this feeling deep inside. I can't get you off my mind. Will you stay here for the night? Let me treat you right.
Top right down? Oh, okay. What time? So Wave of Souls applies 2 stacks to your initial? Always?
Release the tension in the air when you pull me down like that.
I just don't see
Oh, so bad.
why Dark Talons is that like why Icy Talons is that crazy.
Now my thoughts are
Outside of just popping your bomb faster.
easy to mind, going round and round.
I guess it's crazy bossy if it cascades.
Let you break my heart in two, right to the end of the earth with you. There's nothing that I wouldn't do. You're so dangerous, dangerous for you. Ready to jump right off the edge. Don't care if I can't catch my breath. There's nothing that I wouldn't do. You're so dangerous.
From Talons though, that's so crazy. Does how much auto attack damage do you get from? Honestly, is it stacking that much fast with no haste? It stacks, unless no, it's only Frustrate that's doing it. Don't think that one's worth it. Then increasing your top damage. I actually think in the casters you want the Frost Fever damage even more. I'm gonna change the. Oh, what? How did I miss that? Doesn't successfully double proc, but what can you do? Oh, please. No, man. Oh, wait, the clinic, it still works. Thank God. The proc will kill him. I think. Maybe not. That was close. Super close. Oh, the proc's going off. Actually, all this guy's damage is from... Seemed terrible. Yep. Deacon F's alive. No. I think. Oh, he's gonna live. He's not gonna live. Maybe go for the blind. We should pull this. Ah, fuck. Okay, I have one banked. It's fine. He doesn't die. I'm trying to land this all at the same time. Perfect. All right, this is it. This is fucking it. I don't know if spell love makes me not get the points. This ain't it. He's gonna die. Sag. We do what we could. Does he get it? DK's fine. Well, I mean, yeah. No, I mean, for Unholy's great. No real change to Unholy. I think Unholy's great anyway. I haven't had any. I guess I haven't been hit by like a lobby that felt like wasn't winnable as Unholy so far. I don't know how that translates to actual threes because I don't know what you play with in actual threes. Like you might be decent, but not crazy synergy. Frost. I think Frost feels pretty decent too. Like incidentally weaker than before. Just because you don't have as big of a punch one shot anymore. But sustain feels okay. Interesting how easily you can actually keep a 5 stack up. Nice, so off. No reproc bomb. I forced an unfortunate bubble down. That fucking sucks too. He in-cap me, which immune. Oh, he goes for the Despian Khan. I should have someone. It's the second time that's happened. This time it goes off though. The damage breakdown? Yeah, but it's sort of single target too. Like it's your, I mean, I don't love Frost Weaving my top damage, but I don't feel like I'm not doing anything. Obliterate and Frost Strike could probably do a little more. No, you're not. Stone time? I don't know. I don't know. I saw some 200. It was like bigger hits, but not really substantially bigger hits. Actually, not really even at all.
Going back to you.
No reproc kind of sucks. 2 in a row without reprocs is really, really bad. That's probably game over. I mean, I don't know if the Frost even off's live, but it's to be right. I guess your damage looked healthier before because you had exterminate damage a lot more. You lost like 50% on this and 40% on this. So your damage is like not healthy at all. Your actual abilities do damage. I don't know. Scanned. We can wait a sec. I think. Now he has freedom. Another Reaper's Might proc. Oh, a triple, man. It is a fucking triple. Quadruple? Oh, actually. I don't know. It's like not low enough to complain about. I'm gonna be honest. I think my build is also just going towards it. Like I think that I may have gotten exactly what I should have expected from a build that takes away its burst. I think I got exactly what I deserved out of that build, which is sustain and not enough spike. So I don't know if I should feel like I didn't get what I should have gotten out of that. So that's that build without Shattering Blade, and I think I just need Shattering Blade. To be honest. Howling Blast isn't hard enough to justify either. Like Icebreaker isn't worth the point. I don't think Exora will scale to enough, but I'll try it. You've got 1 point to mess around with. It can be anything. Talk about both Hereditary builds and your thoughts. Like comparing Deathbringer to Rida. I mean, Rida isn't really nerfed, so I'm hopeful that there's a build that makes Rida feel decent. The problem with Rida is that you have to Frostwind's Fury to spawn all 4 Riders. So like the Riders kind of almost play independently, but the one point, but the problem is when you spawn all the Riders, you don't really like have them immediately for the burst that you want. Deathbringer feels like it's really good. However, they probably just took a teeny bit too far, too much. Like I actually like the idea of Frost being good damage. I don't think most of that, as long as they recognize that the majority of that damage isn't relevant and it just gives you a bit more synergy, and like the entire point of like the Frost rework, in my opinion, is to try and get them to like want to chase after damage between Pillar of Frosts. That's the whole goal. The goal is to get them to chase after damage when you don't have Pillar of Frost up. And this build almost does that because you got Frost Fever doing stuff, and then you also have like the ability to chase after multiple Reaper's Marks. It's great. The problem is, like Reaper's Mark, by the way, doesn't need to be changed here. You can see I got a 2.4 million crit in that last game. Reaper's Mark is fine where it's at. 2.4 is completely fine. Exterminates are low relative to like what you need. So either you buff the Exterminates, and I think they should buff the Exterminates because I think it kind of fits the, I don't know. I mean, honestly, it's almost doing what it should. Maybe I need to test it more. I can't pass judgment. It's very possible that I just lacked burst on Frost Strike from not playing Shattering Blade. And that's it. That could literally be all it is. So, like, it felt like I didn't have finishing power, but that's what the build should be like. They've been doing PvG in the last 2. They're going really fast with it. Like, if I'm playing the build with no Shattering Blade and no Razor Ice, then yeah, it feels like it's missing a bit of punch. But yeah, I don't think Obliterates or Frost Strikes feel great right now, but I don't think it matters too much. It doesn't really play around the way the build works. So it's very possible that I just had the wrong idea for how I should play this. I got to take responsibility for that, right? I was trying something out, and Shattering Blade just might be too much. As for Unholy, for anyone that's interested in knowing about that, I think Unholy's fine / good. DJ with the 12-month resub. Thank you, man. Chill streak's gone. You don't play chill. Chill streak hits for a perfect chill streak is like 700k. Not good. Chill streak broke the mark. I just think there are always better globals that can proc the mark. I mean, it could bounce back onto itself, I guess, but chill streak feels really awful, and here it goes. It's just not a good global. It doesn't like at best hit. It takes like all chill streak bounces hitting one target to get it to do as much damage as any other global. I would rather I think I would rather reapply Frost Fever than chill streak with no Howling Blast proc. Which honestly I do on those goes. Like that, like Frost Fever is the best way to proc the mark. I mean, tonight all I've done is Death Knight. I have over the last while I've played Hunter, DH. I did DH last night a bunch too, actually. Hunter, DH, Warrior, DK, Shaman, and there's one more. Ret. I've done those 6 classes so far. And then both specs of Warrior and both specs of DK. My expectation, like based on what I've seen today, is that I mean, I guess I haven't seen Warriors crush, but I see no reason why Warriors shouldn't. So I feel like Fury's like got to be ridiculous still. I feel like Unholy's bottom S tier now instead of top S tier because you aren't like a brick wall. Fury didn't get any nerfs. They lost some health, which maybe matters for them, but Brett, it does not. It feels pretty unimpressive at the moment, I would say. We probably won't get another game today, by the way, before we probably have to turn off nowish. It's honestly a good that's literally like not a bad thought, to be honest. Do you think Holy would be good in twos with an Asham? I don't know. I don't think they're thinking that either. Like based on what I've seen so far, I just don't know how twos would even play out. High dampening games, like your durability is maybe not as high as like say a warrior. Yeah, twos is a weird one. I think their focus, like their only focus, is going to be on day 10s. Will not care about twos. They're gonna focus on RBGs and they're gonna focus on arena or shuffle probably mostly. But interestingly, the nerf to rogues, I actually wonder if it's driven primarily because. So here's the interesting thing, right? It's not data driven. The nerfs, the rogues have received 2 nerfs and they are not data driven. What I mean by that is they are not driven by testing on beta. So what are they driven by? What are they motivated by? Why did they make the change now instead of last expansion? And I think the only thing I can think of is maybe they're looking at shuffle or looking at the BGs and seeing rogues perform. Because there's no data on TR to suggest that rogues should be nerfed. Rogues aren't, like rogues as always literally are not testing. Rogues never test. Like the last 3 expansions, the only time I've ever seen a rogue like actually actively test on beta like consistently was when they were playing with one. It was usually like just like a random person in Shadowlands that would queue with double trinkets and one-shot people out of stealth. And that was it. I literally have not seen rogues actively test very often at all. But yeah, rogues and BGs pose a huge problem. And is there an active BG ladder? I'm guessing it's hidden. Yeah, I'm guessing they've got the BG ladder. BGB ladder is dead. Yeah, what I'm saying is on live, it is showing people's ratings, right? So hypothetically, there is somewhere that you can see a full leaderboard of, like, they have internal data that tells you what class is performing well on Shuffle on live, right? On Battleground Blitz on live. And my guess is that rogues are a significantly higher win rate than everyone else. And they are realizing that if that happens, if that goes that way, then when BGB goes live and you can actually see the whole ladder, it's just going to be like a sea of rogues. But they have that data, is my point. Say it, right? So my guess is they're seeing, like, if these changes aren't just like a random stab in the dark, like they needed to do something and like they wanted to make these changes. My guess is they are trying to find a way to tune a class around BGB. But my assumption is that rogues have better win-loss, and the reason actually is like their mechanics, but also they're guaranteed to have a rogue on their team when you're a rogue, obviously, right? That's how that works. So that basically means that you have a 100% chance to have the most OP thing on your team, and the other team doesn't necessarily have an insane thing on their team. They may have no rogues. Sometimes you'll have BGB where it's not tuning, but it's not balancing, and you'll have 2 rogues on one team, 0 on the other team. So that's my guess. Is that if it's driven by any kind of data, it's not driven by beta data, it's driven by Blitz live data. But there's issues in general with Blitz. It's a great time if you don't want to push rating. It's a terrible time if you want to have some sort of consistency in your queue. You have such little control. You just have to be in it for a good time, basically. You have very low control. Like it is more random than random 3s would be. It's like shuffle. If you had one-shot 3s where you get random teammates, like a skirmish, that would be better than like how Blitz currently does matchmaking. It's completely random. And yeah, we'll see, I guess. But we'll see. I mean, it's not just rogues. There's so many variables. Like rogues are probably one of the few constants, and I think healers can carry too pretty hard. So healers are another big constant. And I'm sure there are duo combinations that are crazy broken, like queuing rogue druid is probably just like the most ridiculous thing ever. Like rogue healer druid, because you can flag carry and you've got a rogue as well, so you have like huge map control. Like hero have, yeah, I mean the queues might get pretty unreasonable if you gotta wait for 2 rogues though each time. Very hot take. A healer main playing solo BG healing feels like I have 0 impact. Your impact, you still have to deal with your team, just like a rogue has to deal with their team. But as a healer, you can like think about how important it is to float as a healer to the right spots. Like you don't necessarily have complete control. Your team can still all just have lower output and stuff. But yeah, healers have big control, I think. Not, yeah, I mean more so than a maybe a single DPS can have somewhat similar, but a solo, solo DPS's like ability to float isn't as important. Healers are also excellent flag carriers, right? Because you're guaranteed to have a healer when you're the healer. But yeah, we'll see. I'm excited either way. I just think the rogue changes are interesting, and I imagine they're gonna have to figure out something for Blitz to not make it feel. The biggest problem with Blitz, it's got one very, very big issue from a gameplay standpoint. The best way I can think of bases is like it's like a gate that slams shut. When the base caps over and can't be recapped, the idea is supposed to be to incentivize people to float, and it's mostly like the design of it is for when you're defending, right? Like the idea is if your base snaps and it's yours, you're supposed to float and move away. There's a problem though, because people like are trying to do something and they float to a base to try and contest it, and it snaps closed on them, and then they're just wasting time and it feels awful. It feels terrible to be caught in a team fight. You can't even escape it. You're just stuck attacking a node that you can't even cap at the moment. So there needs to be some sort of mechanic that either makes it harder, like gives you more time, gives you more, like the UI needs to tell you to like, you know, it's done for. Like, in high rated games it'll be fine, but in low rated games they'll just get frustrated. High rated games will just use add-ons that will tell them, hey, you're not going to cap that base. Go to a fresh base only. Go to a base that is about to be contestable. But when people don't play it properly, they just don't feel good about it. What's the kidney change? It's 30-second cooldown instead of 20. Pretty massive change for them. Very big change for them, actually. Right, I got a Q, but I can't take it, I don't think. It would be irresponsible for me to take this Q. I was planning to leave. We'll do this tomorrow. All right, guys, that is the end of today's stream. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm gonna get Rose breakfast. I want to thank, before I go, DJ Happy Days for the 1 year resub. Oza for 5 gifted subs. Anonymous for the gifted sub. Chuck for the host. Swincy for the 3 month. Sorry, the host. Onyo for 15 gifted subs. DFC for the 41 month resub. DMCY for the 3 month resub. Zona for the 3 donations. 4 donations. Ask for the 6 month resub. Millsy for the 64 month resub. Big Alan for the 1 year resub as well. And again, all of you guys for watching. I'll be back tonight, probably around about this time tonight, so like 12 hours. I think we're probably doing MC tonight though. So no, I'll change it. I figured it was doing something weird, to be honest. All right, good night, guys. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.